the family tells us that the dress, it was worn at the tea that Mrs. Hand and George Washington attended together here in Lancaster. The family says that this dress was brought to Mrs. Hand by George Washington from France. We don't know that. We don't know if it's a French fabric or not. What we do know is that it is a brocaded silk gown. It was probably of some expense at the time when it was made, when it was worn. It very well could have been worn in 1791. It appears just from the construction of the dress, from the style of the dress, in other words, the pattern and certain little details like this fly fringe, that the dress was probably an earlier dress. In other words, it was probably, when it was probably put together and sewn, it was probably put together sometime in the mid-1770s to the 1780s. Now, dresses were worn for quite a long time, and women who were older tended to hold on to previous styles. So it very well could have been worn in 1791, even if it had been constructed earlier.
And how long would it take her to get ready, to prepare, to walk out the door wearing this dress?
Well, I would say it would probably have taken her a good 30 minutes. If you notice that the way that the dress is constructed, the sleeves are tight to the body. So this is not something where she would be able to lift her arms. If you also look at the construction of the dress, this is a dress where somebody has to dress you. You need assistance. So a woman wearing a dress like this would have had help, a servant dressing her. She would have done her hair first, her makeup, and then she would have started wearing those layers. The stays that you saw that went over the shift, they most often laced in the back. So you again needed somebody to lace you up. And then once you put the gown on, you would put the petticoat on, and then once you put the gown on, you're no longer able to bend over to put on your shoes or to put on the garters around your stockings. The style of dress requires the wearer to be very erect, very straight posture, very erect, not a whole lot of mobility in the arms. So this is something that somebody definitely is dressing her in, and probably carefully, it would probably take you a good 30 minutes to get dressed.